Good morning and happy 4th of July to you all. We got another Watchmen update. We got a bunch of news that happened shoved in right before a long holiday weekend. We got 184 tons of bacon recalled, and it's Oscar Mayer bacon. So if you buy that brand, we'll tell you what that's about. We got payroll numbers that got dropped yesterday right before the break. And they look good at first until you take a closer look, and then it's not good at all. We got Iranian hackers taking Trump's personal email data and that of his inner circle. They're threatening to leak it. The big, beautiful bill has passed Congress and will be signed later today. And later today, I'll do another video walking you through what was actually in the final bill and how it will actually impact you as well. Trade deal announced yesterday, and a lot more cell and internet issues reported by you guys in your updates. Plus a lot of other updates from you guys. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. If you have something to share, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. That gets it to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They have been big supporters of this channel, big supporters of this community. They believe in the reports that we're doing and the difficulty of the times. So if you want to get out of stocks and bonds in your retirement account, get into something safer like precious metals, Jonathan and his team can talk to you about that. There'll be a link at the end of the video. No obligation to move forward with them whatsoever, just to get some more information. All right, so Oscar Mayer is recalling 367,000 pounds of turkey bacon. So there's apparently a listeria concern here. So that will teach you to buy turkey bacon, right? Get the real stuff, get the real bacon, right? Obviously, it's healthier stuff usually, but not healthier right now. Moving over to Iranian hackers. They're saying that they have 100 gigabytes of Trump emails from his inner circle and may soon leak or sell the whole trove. Seems to be legitimate because these guys did leak some before, right before the election in 2024. So they apparently did hack or somehow get their hands on this information. And it could be very embarrassing to the president and his inner circle. We'll keep up to date on that. But obviously, when a foreign hostile nation is doing that to one of the political parties, you should see that as extremely... it's an attack on the President of the United States. All right, payroll numbers came out yesterday, and 147,000 people, apparently more, were employed than before. Now, they also say the unemployment has gone down to a 4-month low, so that seems to be, on its face, good news. And in fact, there's when you dig a little bit beneath the surface, there is some good news. In the previous residency, new jobs were almost exclusively going to the others. And people here were losing their jobs. But this print was notably different in the fact that 1.3 million people here got new jobs. And the people from other places lost about 1 million jobs. So this was a pivot from people not permitted and moving those jobs to people who are here. All right, but let's see where the negative numbers come in here. Half of the actual employment gains were state and local government hiring. So that's not good. That's greatly expanding the state and local governments. Not really the private sector. Only half of that was the private sector. So the private sector added actually the smallest number in a few years. So that's not really good numbers there. And then the unemployment did go down, supposedly. But why was that? Well, 329,000 people dropped off the back end of unemployment, not getting jobs, but just getting kicked off unemployment. 329,000 people who looked for jobs and couldn't find them. That's not a good statistic right there. They dropped out of the labor force. That's what happened. So unemployment rates, obviously at 4.1% is ridiculous. We all know that the unemployment rate is much higher than 4.1%. We all know more than 4% of the people we know are looking for work, right? Yeah. White House is planning a July 4th, today, 9 a.m. signing, so just a couple hours from now, ceremony for Trump's big, beautiful bill. Is it as beautiful as we're being told? Well, I think it was necessary, but there were definitely some things in there before that we kind of liked, and there's also a lot of spending in it. A lot of spending. This has triggered Elon Musk to say that the day after this is signed, he would form the American Party. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but if Elon Musk forms the American Party tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that just yet. We'll see, and we'll see how many people actually are interested in that. But the American government system is not really built for three parties. It could get really interesting. Anyway, Indonesia has announced that they will boost U.S. imports to avoid tougher tariffs. Indonesia will sign a $34 billion pact with U.S. partners ahead of the tariff talks deadline. So basically, they're going to just buy their way out of the tariff negotiations. That's what a lot of the tariffs were built on, is that, you know, we're buying more of your stuff than you're buying of our stuff, so we're going to have to hit you with tariffs. Indonesia is like, well, fine, we'll just buy more of your stuff. And so that's what they're doing, which is good news for American companies, right? But let me guess that they're probably buying a whole bunch of Boeing jets. That's the easiest way to get up to there. They just pivot from buying Airbus jets from Europe and buy Boeing jets from the United States, which helps the U.S. economy, though. Solotap says, anyone else seeing a lack of spices and sauces? I'm in central Minnesota, and the 1 pound garlic powder has been non-existent for a while now. Soy sauce is hit or miss. Even salt is becoming harder to find in bulk. If you come across anything you normally use normally, I would suggest that you grab it when you can. Is anyone else seeing issues with spices and sauces? Let us know. Make sure you use the word update, of course. Ember says, Washoe County, Nevada, July 1st. Our gas tax went up 3.4 cents a gallon. We now pay approximately 80 cents per gallon in federal, state, and county and city fuel taxes. Washoe County has the highest fuel tax in the state of Nevada. This increase was voted on, but the way that it was worded on the ballot, it only tells you part of the picture. Tells you 53 cents a gallon to 57 cents a gallon to support county transportation projects. They never tell you the big picture. Every fueling station should be required to post on every pump the complete tax breakdown so the average person can see the true picture. I have always been a big advocate of that. Back during the last election, I liked the stickers where, the past resident was pointing at the gas price and saying, I did that. I think we should be posting the tax prices. There should be tax transparency on everything that we buy. Melissa says, Covington, Kentucky, which is about 2 miles from Cincinnati. My neighbor added a beehive, now has 3 hives. I planted extra flowers this year and have only seen 1 honeybee so far this year. Every year I get ate up by mosquitoes, and I have seen none. Not complaining. Crazy. Only see lightning bugs and ants. My friend in Tennessee has over 300 head of cattle. The market is just not paying, so he has just let his herd grow. He can't find a butcher to even cut one up for his own consumption. Great time for butchers to start traveling butcher business. Hey, if you got some young people in your life and you're like, I wonder what they should do with their lives, hey, if they don't mind cutting up animals, having a butcher business is good money if they do a decent job. If they go learn a little bit under a butcher, they can start their own business and make a lot of money. Lots of great opportunities out there for people who are willing to hustle and willing to learn some new trades, right? Madam K says, Northeast Wisconsin, bees. I have 5 acres and a ton of flowers and a wetland full of wild mustard, milkweed, and wildflowers. I have seen 2 big bumbles, only 2, no honeybees, and only a few mosquitoes. I have a lot of standing water. I'm used to being carried away by mosquitoes. Not this year. I have flies and no-see-ums and sweat bees, but I have to hand pollinate this year. What is going on? That's what a lot of people are asking right now. K-Down says, I have friends in Florida, said major internet network outages happening today statewide. State networks are affected, and also Dollar Trees are short on food items in Florida. Certain areas, Tallahassee is one. That is confirmed. All right, Dollar Trees down in Florida. Anyone else seeing that? And a lot of you guys talking about internet outages and cell phone outages. Speaking of which, Janice in south central Nebraska. Service people came from Great Plains Communications today to fix my slow internet. I was having download speeds of 3.6 megabits per second, I guess. I pay for 20. He came and left a new router and left. Now I have speeds almost 4 times what I had before, but it still feels slow at 13 megabytes per second. Is there a bottleneck in the system? Well, if you're out there in the boonies, there's only so much they can cram down that one wire that's coming to your house. Yeah, probably you got a bunch of connections between you and the actual fiber optic lines, the big fiber optic lines. If you're out in the countryside, you're probably not going to get really good speeds out there. You might want to start looking at Starlink, but I don't know what kind of prices you're looking at. So, Lady Farron says eggs in Pensacola, Florida, Northwest. Boiled some eggs the other day and have never seen this before. When I cracked them open, the whites of the eggs were the color of iced tea, and the yolks looked normal color. I used the yolks, but I tossed the whites, even though they smelled okay. Wanted to ask the Watchmen community if they thought my water was contaminated. I only cook and shower with my tap water. I never drink it. Yeah, answer that one for us, please, if you guys know what could cause the yolk to turn like iced tea. I'm taking a stab at it right now. I think I've heard that sometimes blood can get in the yolk, in the white, and so that could be blood, and that's not something to be concerned about. That's my stab at it, but you guys let us know down in the comments what's going on with that. Organized Homesteader says, Lebanon, Oregon. I am a Spark driver for Walmart. Yesterday, while in the store, I was shocked to see empty shelves. This is at Walmart, right? Everywhere. It looked like pre-hurricane panic shopping had happened. I had to mark a lot of items as unavailable in people's orders yesterday. Once again, that's in Oregon. Maybe they're going to shut that store down. That's always possible, especially in Oregon, where it's legal to steal. Termidog says, there is a glitch in the matrix today with banking. I tried to send money 4 different times and kept getting a can't process notice. But when I checked my bank, the money had been withdrawn. My first thought was that it's been hacked. Anyone else seeing banking issues in the last couple of days? Let us know. I keep advocating for that, guys. Make sure you have more than one bank. Ideally, have a bank and a credit union. And make sure you can move money between them. Make sure you have at least some money in both of them. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, one company. Farm says, Heinz 3-package simple ketchup bottles, net weight 44 ounce. It was swollen and separated and had mold floating in it. If you open it, it explodes like a volcano. This was expiration date January 31st, 2026. I reported it to Heinz, and they said they would call me in 24 hours. So yeah, if you have any problems like that, make sure you're calling the company. I'll let them know about that, and usually they'll send you coupons, or they'll try to make it right in some way or another. But don't throw it away, because you might have to send them the whatever it is. Flyer Patty says Las Vegas had a major storm yesterday. All cell phones were out. They are all SOS companies. The internet is in and out, and it just, as it just so happens, I'm able to get on a bit right now. Highlander says 2 things I want to recommend for the upcoming Amazon Prime Day deals. So if you're not aware of that, next week is Amazon Prime Days. I think it's 3 days this time. And so there's going to be a whole bunch of sales. If you shop on Amazon, or if you only shop on Amazon on Prime Days, there's a lot of great deals out there. We'll be covering a bunch of those on this channel. But Highlander suggests a few things that you should be looking at. Solar heaters, the kind you get for chicken coops. So solar heaters might be able to help you in the wintertime. And solar fans. These can be used to take the edge off extreme heat or extreme cold in your house in the case of power loss, and are fairly affordable. So I'll keep an eye out for any deals on those and pass those along when Amazon Prime Days are here. Emily says bees. If you're using 4-stage fertilizer process on your lawn, you might want to stop. Embrace the crabgrass, clover, and dandelions. Plant flowers, strawberry plants, blueberry bushes, and blackberry bushes. They will give you flowers from springtime till late August. Butterfly bush, comfrey plants are covered with carpenter bees. Will also pollinate your plants. Never use any of that stuff we never used any of our stuff on our lawn. Fertilizers, right? Now, before you eat anything off your lawn, you really have to give it a couple of years of not putting chemicals down on your lawn. But I'll say this, dandelions are some of the most useful plants to have in your inventory. One, because nobody's going to look at them twice. Someone comes to your house looking for food, they're not going to be going and pulling up your dandelions out of your yard. They replicate themselves very, very quickly, but basically all of the dandelions are useful. You can use the flowers to make tea. You can make a coffee substitute out of the roots. You can eat the whole plant. The leaves make great salads. So yeah, I mean, having dandelions in your yard is like having a garden, right? So just let them kind of multiply, and you're getting set up for a whole bunch of great food. Let's just admit, most of us, when we stockpile food, we're stocking up meats, starches. We're stocking up, a lot of proteins, a lot of oils. We're not usually stockpiling a lot of greens. And if you're stockpiling green beans, that's still not like the best nutritional kind of thing. Having greens in your yard is really going to supplement your long-term food storage, right? So, but you can't eat them if you've been putting chemicals all over your yard, and you won't be having as many dandelions either. So that's something to think about. Think about foraging. Make sure you have books on foraging, and it might be good to go around and spot plants before you lose internet and everything like that. Make sure that you know how to identify edible plants in your area. All right, friends, thanks so much for joining with us. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there. Just fill out that information, and they'll get in contact with you and answer your questions. No obligation to move forward with them. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.